Good morning, Karen from QuantumHeartAwakening. Today will be a twin flame hierogamy reading. And I just wanted to share this little moment of awe and wonder with you. And I always think of that Carolyn Mace concept of taking the extraordinary out of God, right? Bring God down to ground level. And it's not extraordinary that the divine intervenes. It's completely and totally ordinary. And I love that idea of living from this place of course, source intervened. Of course I'm on this divine path. Of course that was a synchronicity meant for me. There's something about making this extraordinary life incredibly ordinary. And there's something really still awe-filled awe-filled about that for me. And I just wanted to share that. Also, another piece of this kind of like little ping from the universe is when I watch other readers do their thing and we have similar decks and the same cards come out. It really blows my mind. And also, again, it's totally #ordinary. It's just normal. Of course, the same message is coming out because we're all tapped into this quantum field. We are vibrating with the same trials and tribulations and blockages and obstacles. Of course, a similar card or idea might come out. The other thing that really amazes me is, so I don't read tarot. I could read tarot. It's not my zone of genius. I could muddle my way through it if I had to read tarot. But what blows my mind is that I use a ton of different oracle decks. And, if any of you have worked with oracle decks, they're all very diverse. You kind of don't really know what's going to come up. And what I love about the last maybe 6 years that I've kind of been getting to know my decks is that they are like people. They are like people with different wisdom traditions. And you start to learn over time how they start to talk to one another and how they communicate. Anyway, the other thing that really amazes me is that when I'm watching a tarot reader and say it's a twin flame reading and the same messages come out that came out in my reading, but they're doing tarot and I'm doing oracle. It's just fun, and I wanted to share that with you. It's just like a sweet little nod to the universe of like, okay, we're all on the right track. We're all moving in the what's that quote? A rising tide lifts all ships. I love that quote. A rising tide lifts all ships. So it doesn't matter if you're in a yacht or a container ship or a little dinghy. The rising tide, this field of consciousness, will affect all of us, will raise all of us. So that was my little rant for the day. Let me take a sip of tea before we begin. Okay. All right, so as usual, we have the masculines on the left, feminine energy on the right, and the union energies down the center. We have seen the divine masculines over the course of, I would say more so the last month. There's all these messages in the unconscious divine masculines that they've had a hard time integrating their divine existence. They've had a hard time believing that they actually have a soul team and a soul crew working, behind the scenes on their behalf. So this is a really lovely reading because there's an awareness that I'm staring at that Merkaba up there. Excuse me. There's an awareness divine masculines are having around their divine contracts. They're fulfilling these soul contracts. They're remembering who they are, which is a pretty amazing puzzle piece that they really needed. I think that energy really needed. Yeah, they're finally grounding their worth on a cosmic level, meaning they understand their role in this cosmic dance. They're understanding that they are the kings of this earthly intelligence. Feminines are the queens of this spiritual 5D intelligence. And they're allowing that to really kind of permeate their being. And oh, I just felt this like this another layer of like an auric, extra special auric layer that has kind of morphed into and coated their own bodies. They're just, I'm trying to describe, I'm trying to put words to the visual I'm feeling. The visual I'm feeling is, or I'm seeing, feeling, whatever, intuiting, this like this divine bubble of light is just kind of surrounding them, and then it disappears into them. It's like this extra coating of divinity. That's just the best way I can describe it. But it's really, really beautiful. There's something about accepting, or not accepting, but more really receiving and trusting and believing that they are have been initiated into this other realm, into this otherworldly journey, this journey of ascension. Okay, yeah, it's funny. It always blows my mind when I say the message and I get to the next card and it's the same message. So yeah, again, it's like their mission, because they believe this, right? Okay, wait, it's reminding me of a message in yesterday. Hold on, let me try to remember it. There was something yesterday about we can't, until masculines embrace their loyal heart, they won't be able to set appropriate boundaries because they don't yet, the truth isn't on the table. So if all the truth isn't on the table, how can you possibly set appropriate boundaries if you're not, it's just not possible. So there's something here about the truth is on the table, their mission has been uncovered, and I think they're in the in-between place of allowing they're tapping into their kind of inner feminine to ask for help in being able to receive this divine mission. There's a little bit of disbelief in the energy. Yeah, I keep reading this line, embraced by the light, embraced by light. And I also haven't even been looking at the images. Look at all the light. We have this beautiful sunburst, starburst. We have this kind of divine pillar of light coming in and filling, illuminating this pillar. You know what the visual just, this is so interesting. Have you ever been outside in the snow in the winter for a very long time, and then your hands are just frozen almost through, and you come in and you try to put them under hot water? And what happens? If they burn so bad, even though that's exactly what you want. You want this, you want to be engulfed in warm water. You're freezing. Of course you want warm water. However, the calibration happened. There's not enough time to recalibrate, right? So you go from frozen hands to hot water, and it burns. It doesn't feel good. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling that the masculines are going through right now. They're just on the precipice of like really believing all of this stuff, all of this wild stuff that the feminines have been talking about and working with for so long. And all of this divine love is pouring in, and it burns a little bit. It's like they're not fully calibrated yet to this, to the beauty and the trust. They don't trust it as much yet. They're on, oh, I laughed. The next card is trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Right, divine masculines, if you knew that this love was only for your highest and best good, what would be possible? What would be possible for your life? If you can tap into this sweetness, this innocence, this loving compassion that I'm thinking of, like we have the childhood innocence card. I love children when they're just so trusting. And yes, that can pose a bunch of other issues, but let's not go there for right now. There's just this inherent sweetness, this inherent trust that children have in the universe, in their parents, that their parents will catch them if they fall, that they can leap off the jungle gym, or they can, ever see a little kid just like launch themselves across something or whatever, and they're not scared that there's concrete under them. They just do it. Divine masculines, if you're in this place where it's difficult to receive this profound love, this profound mission, and to allow this inner fire to ignite. If this is difficult for you right now, tap into this childlike innocence, this sweetness, this excitement over what's next on this path. That's such a cute, sweet, precious message. I love it. Okay. All right, what's left? Divine Masculine Spirit, where do we go? Yeah, Divine Masculines also have the dimensional planes of perception card, path change, paradigm shifts, adjustments. I mean, could these messages be any clearer? There is this massive recalibration. And so let us send our internal and external divine masculines so much grace, so much love, so many prayers of strength and conviction and clarity. Divine masculine energy is going through it right now. This does feel like a mass. It's funny, we don't have any initiation cards, but we do have several activation cards and solar light upgrade. I mean, come on. Literally, that's the word I was looking for. It's an upgrade. Divine masculines, it may not feel that way because it may burn again. It may feel unpleasant at first. However, answer the call. This is your path to your throne. Yes, divine masculines are in this big adjustment period. They're, in that when we have a big awakening, right? It's this wonderful thing, and you're flooded by awareness and information, and you're processing, and you're trying to process rapid fire in real time as it's unfolding, but it's really hard, right? It's all of a sudden, the visual I got is our brains are doing the slot machine thing where the 3 slots that are spinning. It's like we're trying to rapid fire integrate and process. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we need to deploy patience and allow the alchemy of this love to work through us. It's something, this very much feels like a hands off the wheel integration time. Oh, that's what I was saying. Divine feminines, let's send so much love and grace and prayers of strength for our internal and external masculines, because what often happens when you have an awakening of a, I was about to say severe, I don't know why, but I'll stick with it, a severe path change, it can be, or a paradigm shift, it could be so incredibly jarring, right? You might wake up one day and all of a sudden the partner you're with doesn't make sense, and the job you're doing doesn't make sense, and where you're living doesn't work for your new mission and purpose, and it's like a complete dismantling. It's like a more delicious tower moment. I don't like to really the full tower moment doesn't make sense here, but there is a version. It's like this 5D divine tower moment, right? It's this it's a de-armoring, it's a dismantling, it's none of these words are doing it justice. I'm a little bit of a wordsmith and I like to find the right word that embodies, right? It's like when an artist needs to find the right color paint that just is perfect for what they're creating and they can't find it. It's frustrating. Anyway, okay. If you have a better word for what this kind of what the word, I don't even know if this was a word, decloaking. I like this than dismantling, because when you take off a cloak, right, it's the person has been there the whole time. They're unchanged underneath. They're just taking off these false layers that they've been wearing. There's something really powerful about that decloaking. I don't like that word either, but that makes the most sense for what's going on. Okay, I think we're going to move on to divine feminines. Hold on, I need more tea. I've been putting sliced apples in boiling water and just enjoying it. It's quite lovely. You can even add cinnamon or nutmeg or cloves, whatever. You can get crazy with it. Okay. Excuse me. My voice cracks in the morning. By the way, I didn't even brush my teeth yet. I pulled this spread last night and didn't have time to record it. And I was like, nope, we're waking up and doing it immediately. So I was pretty excited to get into this reading. Don't worry, I'll brush my teeth later. All right, divine feminines. All right. Divine feminines are killing it. That's I could just say that and leave the reading right there, but divine feminines, you have been working so hard for so long. This is I'm actually getting emotional a little bit. Divine feminines, you are at the end of one cycle of this journey. We have these star blessings coming in. Yes, proceed. Allow yourself to be seen and push through. I know you've been carrying the weight of the world, the weight of this relationship, the weight of these soulmate cycles on your back and in your hearts. It's so much, but keep going. You're so close to breaking through and pushing through. You're having these massive energetic shifts come in. I laugh because somebody's car alarm was just started going off when I was saying that. And so just a little, hey, sound the alarm. There are these massive energetic shifts coming in. You are going to gain new information for better or for worse. Now, this could support you, this information can support you closing a cycle or it could support you opening a new cycle. Either way, this is a positive thing, even though it may show up that there may be, divine may shine a light. There's so much light in these cards. Look at all the yellow and the white and the bright, just so much illumination, right? We have the central sun card I just saw. Yeah, you're getting these abundance downloads. There's this process of regeneration happening, but again, you will be successful. So this is another hands off the wheel kind of situation. And allow the alchemy to take place. You are clearing old stories. You are releasing any debris, any mystical debris or cosmic debris you've picked up from past lives. By allowing this all to take place, you are accessing another level of freedom and sovereignty. Okay, again, there's another message here about this new information, these new energetic codes that are coming into your body, into your hearts, may reveal some painful things. This is so that you can actually push through and release something. Again, these could be dense or light. These could be light or dark. You're being asked to do what you do best and flow. Roll with the punches. Roll with what comes up. I just laugh. We have this dance with life, right? Dance in the chaos, right? Our something that is built into my pillars of my mission and purpose here on this life is that we are learning to love ourselves enough to hold our center for love of self and other in all flavors of chaos. And we are learning to dance in the direct center of the chaos, in the eye of the storm. So if you catch yourself in these denser energies, do something to change your energy. You have more control than you think. Yeah, we have this vigilance card and this shaman card, right? Divine feminines, you have all of the ancient healing wisdom encoded in your system. You no longer have to reach outside of self for anything to get through any version of this, any version of density or pain or shadow. You have everything you need encoded within you. We have this dimensional planes of perception, another planes of perception card, universal understanding and objective observation. You have become one of these diplomatic, unbiased stewards of divine love. This diplomat of divine love. How fun is that? What a cool phrase. I feel like I need to write that down. Somebody remind me of that, or somebody put it in the comments. Diplomat of divine love, right? This ability to be diplomatic in times of chaos, to see above the situation and through the situation, not be consumed and burned in the fires of the chaos of the situation. Congratulations. This is not an easy task, but you are actually, I think I said this in another reading, you are who you've always wanted to be. Think about where you were 5 days ago, 5 months ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it is. Think about who you are now. Think about where your self-esteem is, your self-worth, your mission, your purpose. Think about how much your heart has expanded and how much your heart can hold right now. We have this strength card in the reverse, and I do take all unconscious position cards for the union energies, but I think it's worth noting here that, you divine feminines, you might not again feel like you have the strength for another go around, but again, you're being asked to just push through. One of my mentors, maybe I'll try to find the quote and put it in the community tab, but there's this great quote of like, what separates the masters from the, other people is that they're always willing to try just one more time. Always just one more time. They're willing to get up after they fall. Oh, I just got full body chills and I kind of want to cry right now. Wow, that emotion just snuck up on me. Divine feminines, try just one more time. Take one more breath and one more step forward. Interesting, we also have this, we have in the unconscious, the sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Sisterhood of the rose, sometimes I've heard that associated with Magdalene. And so there's this something about really stepping into your divine beauty and this devotion, the devotion of the Magdalene flame, right? This high priestess, mystic, teacher energy. There's something about allowing this initiation to take place, to really believe that you have been chosen, that you do hold profound wisdom, that you can make a difference here on the planet. Wow, that was beautiful. Okay, anything else for divine feminine spirit? I don't think so. Okay. Let's move on to union energies. Wow, this reading is going to get long. I'm going to try to keep it tight. Another Merkaba, I never know how to say it. Another cosmic activation, right? The visual I just got, this is for somebody, I'm bringing up Metatron's cube. There's something here about, okay, really quick, and don't quote me on this, but I think the story of Metatron is that Metatron was the only angel that was, or maybe one of two humans that were called to the angelic realms. I think Metatron's human name was Enoch, and Enoch was the divine scribe of God, of whatever. So he was the only human that was trusted to be in charge of I don't know if this is correct, but like the Akashic records. He was recording all of human and divine history. And so there's something here that we have so many Merkabas. And what's funny is it's not, well, I won't go into that. So there's something here about, again, think about the archetypal journey of Metatron, right? This human who is entrusted by the divine to take on this divine mission. I mean, that's not an accident. I just told the story, and I haven't heard that story in years. So forgive me if it's factually incorrect, but either way, the archetypal journey still stands. So we're in this level of ascension, and we're integrating and recalibrating this human divine thing, right? This 3D to 5D, this realm of matter and realm of spirit recalibration. We are no longer people crossing this transpersonal bridge between earth and other. We are becoming the bridge. We are the bridges. We're in this initiation. We are trusting in this process of this divine mission, of this dharma. Okay, yeah, there's a mission of just, retreating to recharge. There's a self-care a narrative around here. We are accessing our infinite potential, and we are in this kind of, I'm looking at this vortex, this portal here. We are getting these evolutionary downloads, and as they come in, we are kind of being forced to recall our power, right? Any sort of like human obstacle or human psyche block, egoic block, we are recalling our spirits. We are calling our spirit back from places it doesn't belong, and we are allowing this kind of alchemization to take place, because we are going to be called to something higher in the future, and we have to be prepared for it. And what's interesting is, like, this feels like a very it's all the things. It's a psychological transformation. It's a spiritual transformation. It's a energetic transformation. It's an emotional transformation. It's a lot of movement here. So yeah, give yourself a lot of grace. As I can't stop looking at this card with all, it almost looks like a human with his head back, kind of receiving the grace of this divine gnosis. It almost looks like wings are bursting out from this human, but it's a full body upgrade, right? It's not just, usually these images are from the heart chakra. This figure is full, their entire body is gold. There's something about this massive full body, full chakra, full systems go ascension. Okay, we're being called to have a little bit more focus, because there is profound movement. You're being called to be diligent. Again, this is the union energies reminding us that both energies were being called to be diligent stewards of our boundaries. Say no, pause, access wise discernment, run it through your system, see where you feel, be confident in your no. And then again, we got this card again, trust the niggle. What is this niggling feeling trying to tell you? Anytime you feel that in a situation, usually it's telling you that something's wrong, or it's time to draw a boundary in some capacity. Oh my God, this is so interesting. We have this etheric reflector card, the spiritualization of matter, reflected light. Yes, it's almost like the mirrors of our soul are being buffed and cleaned and shined, so that we can reflect divine light clearer out in the world. This is replenishing the soul spark. We are in this process of auric cleansing and renewal and restoration. We are restoring this divine love on the planet. And the cleaner and clearer our mirrors are, the faster this light can flow through you unobstructed. Okay, yep, in the union energies, in the unconscious, we have this star body matrix card, this multidimensional consciousness holographic information. I didn't even realize it when I said it, but this is kind of the visual. Imagine each little diamond in there is dirty, right? Imagine if it's dirty and light is trying to come through it. It won't fractal out properly, or it'll fractal out, less light, shadow, darkness. There's something here about trusting in this multidimensional consciousness, trusting that there is wisdom that lies outside of your consciousness. There's something about here having faith in that. So bringing your faith of this journey back out of the shadows into the light. As I say that, we have this card in the unconscious, the Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, rebirth by the light. I mean, come on, right? We have the reflected light. We have the holographic information. We have being rebirthed by the light in the unconscious. Check yourselves. I'm calling you out. I'm inviting you. You always have consent, always, always. I'm calling you to see where you're putting the brakes on this journey. It is scary. It is because here's the thing. When we touch alignment, things move really fast, right? The divine works outside of space and time. There's no such thing as space and time for the divine. The second it's like the second all systems are a go, it's already happening. Sometimes there's not even a consent moment, but the energy, you have to trust that the energy has consented for you, that the energy, the multidimensional consciousness holds wisdom that you don't hold. This is a big test of faith. Okay. It's interesting. We have the shaman for the feminines in the conscious, and then the high priest, personal empowerment, for the union in the unconscious. There's something here. Okay, there's two messages here. One, for some of you who are not embracing your role as this leader, as this visionary, as this earth keeper, light worker, wisdom keeper, whatever you want to call it, it's time to really step up. It's time to call yourself to attention and call yourself to task. Excuse me, I wanted to say to accept ordination because you've been called to task. And the second message here is that this, because it's the high priest card, that masculines, this is also specifically for you a call to accept this ordination, because whether you can kick and scream all you want, but this journey is this journey and you are being called to something higher. Okay. All right, I'm going to end it soon because I'm trying to keep the video a little short, but let's end on some Buddha wisdom. Anything you want to share, Spirit? We have, it is better to do nothing than to do what is wrong, for whatever you do to yourself. Yep, this is this reminder of oneness, this little footnote of oneness. Let's get a divine feminine Buddha wisdom. We have, don't let worldly temptations lead you astray. Again, this is this call to this higher divine life, right? Keep your focus and push through. Act according to the true nature of the circumstances. Remove any self-importance. Remove any self-importance agenda. Beautiful. We're doing it. It's all happening. It's all integrating. Sending you all a lot of love, and I will see you in the next one.